Genoa City is on fire with shocking twists. Kane dares to push back against Victor. Jack's risky alliance leaves Diane and Kyle reeling, and betrayal lurks around every corner. Meanwhile, a new detective digs into a dangerous mystery, and an ex-wife may discover that true love isn't as far gone as she thought. With backstabbing, risky gambles, and second chances colliding, these storylines promise explosive fallout you won't want to miss. Welcome to Celebrity Gossip 24 Hours, where the drama unfolds and the stories captivate. Join us as we delve into the intriguing world of Young and the Restless, revealing the untold tales and hidden truths behind the headlines. Kane pushes back. Jack's bold gamble shocks Diane and Kyle. Thursday, September 25, 2025, Genoa City was buzzing with confrontations, ultimatums, and risky alliances in today's dramatic turn of the Young and the Restless. From Kane daring to stand up against Victor to Jack's considering the unthinkable, the stakes for every player just skyrocketed. Michael's half-truth leaves Lauren reeling. At society, Michael tried to smooth things over with his wife, but his explanation only deepened Lauren's frustration. After exposing Kane's twisted scheme, Michael thought it was time to relax and move forward. Lauren, however, wasn't about to let him off the hook so easily. Michael revealed that Kane had recruited him and wanted to exploit his legal expertise. Lauren was stunned and furious that her husband accepted without consulting her. She demanded to know if he realized he was being used as Kane's fixer. When Michael attempted to justify his decision, insisting it was to protect her from potential fallout, Lauren was far from convinced. She worried out loud that Kane was setting him up as the scapegoat. Her worst fear? That her husband could take the fall for someone else's dirty work. Though Michael insisted he wouldn't sit on the sidelines, Lauren made it clear she didn't want him dragged down with Kane. Her anger only softened slightly when she realized at least he wasn't in league with Victor. Still, the tension was palpable. What kind of trouble has Michael really signed up for? Sally's ultimatum: Billy must choose. Meanwhile, on the scenic overlook, emotions boiled over between Sally and Billy. Billy pleaded for trust, claiming he now saw where he had gone wrong. Sally, however, wasn't swayed by sweet words. She wanted action. The heart of her frustration? Billy's obsession with Chancellor. Sally made it clear she couldn't compete with his fixation on power and revenge. She accused him of gambling away their relationship, treating her as collateral damage in his war with Jill. Billy promised that he and Jack were working together to stop Kane, but Sally wasn't impressed. She needed one thing from him: a firm decision. Would he give up Chancellor or risk losing her? With tears in her eyes, Sally asked the ultimate question: is it me or Chancellor? Billy hesitated, and for Sally, that hesitation said everything. As she prepared to walk away, he scrambled, declaring his love and promising to choose her. But even in his declaration, his words hinted at ambition, whispering of a future where they get everything they want. Was it truly a choice or another gamble? Jack's stunning strategy. Back at the Abbott home, Jack's patience with his brother's recklessness was wearing thin. With Billy's constant fixation on Chancellor threatening to destroy everything, Jack felt he had no choice but to step in. Diane and Kyle urged him to focus on family and business stability, but Jack had a radical idea simmering. To everyone's shock, he revealed his plan: to align with none other than Victor Newman.
The announcement landed like a bomb. Diane and Kyle were horrified. How could Jack even consider partnering with his longtime rival, the man who despised him most? Diane worried it was far too dangerous, while Kyle protested that such a deal could backfire spectacularly. But Jack stood firm. In his eyes, Kane was too great a threat to ignore, and desperate times called for desperate measures. "Trust me," he insisted. "I know what I'm doing." Kane defies Victor. Elsewhere, Kane found himself face to face with the mustache himself. Victor was tired of waiting and demanded Kane's answer about launching an attack on Jabot. Kane tried to stall, but Victor wasn't in the mood for delays. He wanted the plan in motion by tomorrow. Victor dangled the carrot. Kane could keep his companies and even gain Jabot as a new prize. But Kane wasn't ready to roll over. He countered with his own demand. He wanted Newman Media to broadcast that his late father had redeemed himself, giving Kane's children something to be proud of. Victor mocked the request but agreed to consider it, making it clear that Kane had no real leverage. Still, Kane refused to be bullied. When Victor pressed for a final answer, Kane shocked him by saying no. The mustache walked away, warning that once the door closed, the deal was off the table. For Kane, it was a risky gamble. For Victor, it was an insult he wouldn't forget. The emotional fallout. The day's final scenes revealed just how fragile these relationships have become. At the Overlook, Sally's ultimatum continued to hang over Billy like a storm cloud. Though he chose her in the moment, his inability to separate himself from his thirst for power raised doubts about whether his promise would hold. Diane admitted she still loved him, but her expression revealed lingering unease. At Society, Lauren softened slightly toward Michael after he assured her there would be no more secrets. Still, her unease remained. She knew her husband too well. If he was in this deep, danger was close behind. And at the Abbott home, Diane and Kyle were still reeling from Jack's shocking declaration. To them, joining forces with Victor seemed like walking straight into the lion's den. But Jack was resolute. With Kane pushing harder than ever, Jack believed Victor was the only ally strong enough to counter him. What's next for Genoa City? Thursday's episode ended with questions hanging in the air. Will Michael's involvement with Kane drag him into legal disaster or worse? Can Billy truly put Sally first, or will his obsession with Chancellor resurface? Is Jack's risky alliance with Victor genius, or the beginning of his downfall? And with Kane daring to say no to Victor, has he just sealed his own fate? The pieces are shifting quickly in Genoa City, and everyone seems one move away from losing everything.
1. Two rivals form a risky alliance. Jack Abbott and Victor Newman are two names that rarely appear on the same side of any battle. Their rivalry has been one of the cornerstones of Genoa City's power struggles, and usually they are working against each other rather than together. But circumstances are changing. With Kane Ashby becoming more reckless and dangerous, Jack and Victor will see the value in forming a temporary truce. For both men, Kane represents a threat that can't be ignored. And so, in a twist no one expected, Jack and Victor will join forces. This alliance may shake the foundation of Genoa City. For the moment, it makes sense. Two powerful men, one dangerous enemy. But how long can such an uneasy peace really last? Victor has a reputation for betrayal, always staying one step ahead. And Jack is just as stubborn when it comes to protecting his family and his company. Sooner or later, one of them will make a move the other cannot ignore. Fans should brace themselves for the inevitable backstab that will turn this fragile partnership into an even uglier feud. For now, however, Kane should be worried, because when Jack and Victor are on the same team, even temporarily, nothing good lies ahead for their opponent. 2. A detective digs deep. While Jack and Victor are playing with fire, another storyline is set to bring fresh intrigue in Los Angeles. Noah Newman, who often finds himself in difficult situations, will once again land in trouble. This time, it's serious enough to pull in both of his parents, Nick and Sharon. At first, it may look like a family matter that Nick and Sharon can resolve, but the trouble runs deeper than that. Law enforcement will become involved, and with that comes the debut of a new character, Detective Burrow. Described as sharp, observant, and unwilling to let things slide, Burrow will take on the case. His arrival means that Noah's missteps are more complicated than anyone realized. Sharon and Nick will do everything possible to protect their son, but Detective Burrow isn't the kind of investigator to stop until he uncovers every truth. The plot may even extend beyond Noah's mistakes. Rumors suggest that Sienna Bacall and Roger Howard's new character could be tied to criminal activity linked to this case. If so, Detective Burrow won't just be sorting out a young man's mistake, he'll be working to untangle a dangerous web of crime and deception. His presence could add a new level of suspense to the show. With the mix of family drama, police investigation, and possible criminal masterminds, this storyline is set to shake up not only Noah's life, but also the Newman family as a whole. 3. An ex-wife's hope for love. Not all of the upcoming drama revolves around betrayal and crime. For some, the conflict is internal and emotional. Lily Winters has been firm in her words. She wants nothing more to do with Kane Ashby. After years of heartbreak and disappointment, Lily insists she has closed that chapter for good. But as fans know, never is rarely permanent in Genoa City.
Though Lily tries to remind herself of the reasons she walked away, her heart betrays her every time she sees Kane. Beneath the schemes and ambition, there are moments when Lily glimpses the man she once loved, the man who made her believe in family and true partnership. This leaves Lily torn. She knows she cannot accept the version of Kane who prioritizes power plays and selfish goals. If Kane continues to walk the path of manipulation and destruction, there is no future for them. Yet Lily's heart continues to hold a small flame of hope. She believes Kane might still change. If he can abandon his destructive choices and prove that love matters more than ambition, there may be a path back to each other. Complicating matters further, Phyllis Summers seems eager to encourage Kane's darker instincts. Phyllis thrives on chaos, and if she has her way, Kane may sink even deeper into dangerous behavior. Still, Lily isn't ready to give up on him completely. She will focus on the best parts of who he used to be, hoping those qualities can resurface. The real challenge will be convincing Kane to leave behind the worst parts of himself. If he can, Lily may find herself believing in their love story once again. If not, she'll finally have to let go of that last shred of hope. What's next in Genoa City? These 3 arcs promise to bring plenty of drama, suspense, and emotion to the young and the restless. Backstabber outrage will explode as Jack and Victor's alliance edges closer to betrayal. Detective Burrow's arrival will kick off a case that could expose dangerous secrets and drag Noah, Sharon, and Nick into a storm of consequences. Lily's inner battle will test her resolve as her heart and her head pull her in opposite directions regarding Kane. As always, nothing is ever simple in Genoa City. Every deal has hidden motives, every romance carries risks, and every new face brings with it a wave of change. Fans should be ready for heartbreak, unexpected twists, and the kind of high-stakes storytelling that has made the show a daytime staple for decades. Will Jack and Victor destroy each other after Kane is out of the way? Can Detective Burrow solve the puzzle before lives are ruined? And is Lily truly ready to open her heart to Kane again? Or will she finally accept that their love belongs in the past? The answers are coming, and one thing is certain. Genoa City is never quiet for long. For more of the latest updates and behind-the-scenes secrets from Young and the Restless, make sure to hit subscribe and ring that bell. Stay in the know with every new release.